Good morning. I am here to discuss the Minnesota Department of Education's website and help you locate and understand how to locate different MDE documents that have been prepared both pre-COVID and now during the 2021 school year. So bear with me, I'm going to select the screen. And hopefully you're all able to see the Department of Education site. As you know, under district schools and educators, most of you know to go to the English Learner Education Program. And here you can find not only a link that takes you to the bi-weekly English Learner newsletter. You can click on this and you should get an email update. You put your email in here and you submit it. It's fairly easy to do, and we definitely recommend that all English learner coordinators or English learner directors or even English learner teachers subscribe to the English Learner newsletter. It provides updates as well as other important information that you need. Now I've gone back and you can see here that there is also a link to Multilingual and English Learner Education Student Instruction COVID-19 Resources. Before we go there, I'd just like to remind people that the Minnesota Standardized English Learner Procedures are also located on the English Learner Education page. The most important part of all of this, of course, is to look at the flowchart. And the flowchart divides the standardized procedures into three different parts: identification, entrance, and exit. And we'll be discussing this more in the PowerPoint to follow. And these standardized procedures and criteria need to be followed whether it's a COVID year or it's not a COVID year. However, some of these standardized procedures have had exceptions or differences made to accept the 2020-21 school year. There's also information about the Minnesota Bilingual and Multilingual School Seals and World Language Proficiency Certificates. And under here, there are different assessments that can be used. As you notice, as we're scrolling down, there are also some very important documents that you want to look at. You want to know how to identify students for English learner status during distance learning, because that has been changed since the earlier guidance that was set in March of 2020. And we'll be discussing this later on in the presentation as well. Additionally, there is a 2020-2021 school year planning guide that you can use to support multilingual learners and their families. There's also guidance on English learner instruction during access and alternate access for EL testing. There is another guide for identifying multilingual learners for English language development during COVID-19 and English learner development staffing requirements. As you can see by looking at the dates, those have all been released at the start of the 2021 school year. Additionally, you can see that there is a link, and I'll go back just to make sure you saw it. If we scroll back to the top of the English Learner Education page, there is a link to the Multilingual and English Learner Education Student Instruction COVID-19 Resources. So when you click on this, you actually go and you end up to the same basic part of the MDE website, the tab Distance Schools and Educators. But when you go there, you get to Healthy Schools. Under Healthy Schools, the Department of Education has put all of the COVID-19 updates, including Student Instruction COVID-19 Updates and Resources. Where you want to go here is there's several different places. First, the multilingual learner section. And it has many of the same documents we talked about earlier, but there's also the guidance for using distance learning for EL programming, guidance around bilingual schools, bilingual SEALs implementation during COVID-19, identifying students, and working with young multilingual learners. These are all important documents that you should be familiar with. Additionally, though, if we go back to the COVID-19 update page, and again, I just went up to the top and selected it, and we came from Student Instruction COVID-19 Resources, you'll see a brief description and history about what the executive order is to implement Minnesota's state learning plan for the 2021 school year. Additionally, you should be aware of the 2020-2021 planning guide for schools. And if you have any questions, you should consult the 2020-21 planning guide for Minnesota Public Schools. Even more important is there's a guide for families for the 2020-21 school year. This is available on the Supporting Schools and Family COVID-19 Resources. So if you click on the link, or you can go over to the side, you'll see that the family guide is listed. It's been translated into Spanish, Hmong, Karen, Somali, and then the original English copy as well. Additionally, I'm going to make that smaller, is the Family Engagement Toolkit. And these are important documents that have been published around family engagement, including language access, promising practices for connecting with students and families, engaging and communicating with families during distance learning, and guide to supporting immigrant and refugee experienced families during COVID-19. If you have any concerns or questions regarding this, please do not hesitate to reach out to any person within the multilingual team, and we'll be able to direct you exactly to the resource you might need. Additionally, our colleagues in statewide testing have also prepared some resources that districts can use. So I'm going to go to the statewide testing and to district resources, and I'm going to click on test score interpretation resources. Within there, you will find a new resource called Guidebook Exploring Access for EL Data. And this explores and provides information about the access test results and appropriate uses and interpretation of the data. Another important document that you can share with your administrators, with your content teachers, is the appropriate and inappropriate uses of access for EL results. And this is simply a one-page, and I'm not going to open it, a one-page document with graphics that talk about appropriate uses for the access assessment test. And this about sums it up for the information located on the MDE website that you should be familiar with. Again, I'm Barbara Nouri, and I look forward to hearing your questions today and in the future. We're here to help you as much as you need it. Thank you.